Hi everyone, I'm here with Ron and we're just about to leave the beautiful Potts Point in Sydney. We've been up here for an event, for a successful male event, and we were having breakfast this morning, and Ron and I and Carolyn were having a wonderful discussion around success, and we thought we'd better capture the moment and share this information with you just before our Uber arrives. So Ron, can you share with us some of the things that you spoke about this morning over breakfast around some of the, I'm pretty sure you're talking about the myths and the misconceptions about success. So
the misconceptions.
The misconceptions, yes.
The misconceptions about success, yes. So we were talking this morning, we were saying, what are the common misconceptions that people have about success? So I'm just going to list a few, and then if you have any more, you can comment when you watch this video, and you can tell us what misconceptions you've come across when it comes to success. So the first misconception that people have about success is that success is a consequence of luck. So a lot of people assume that success is something that just happens when you get lucky. Well, you must have heard the saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. That is absolutely true. As you put yourself in lots of different situations and circumstances, you will actually start to find that you'll attract more success as a consequence, and you become luckier as you do more in life. So that's the first misconception that people have. The second misconception that people have about success is that success is an event. Success is just something that just happens to you overnight. A lot of people think that when I do this, I'll become successful, or when I get that job, I'll become successful, or when I get that promotion, or whatever it is. A lot of people overemphasize the event, but they underemphasize the process of becoming successful. So success is actually a process. You have to go through the process, and so a lot of people assume, and they may not be aware of this assumption, but they assume that success is an event, and they don't realize that it's actually a process. The third misconception that people have about success is that success is a direct consequence of hard work. Now, don't get me wrong, hard work is really important, but hard work by itself is not going to make people successful. You also need to combine hard work with strategic thinking and self-reflection. And if you don't believe me, have a look and see how many hardworking people you know that are not successful and not really achieving the life that they really want. So they don't. If you're not living a life of your design, then the question is, can you really call yourself successful? And the fourth misconception that people have about success is that they see success suspiciously. So they see somebody successful, they make the assumption that that person must have done something wrong, or must have stepped on other people, or may have exploited other people to become successful. Certainly there are instances of people that have done that, but overall it's not true. All the research and studies suggest that people that become successful and remain successful, a vast majority of them get that way because of following a set of principles. So a lot of people look at successful people suspiciously because they make the assumption, or they have this misconception that success is a consequence of doing the wrong thing. So those are just 4 misconceptions that people have.
Can I add something to that, Ron?
Yes, certainly.
To interrupt you as I do. But I love what you're saying there about the suspicion. Another suspicion is that people think that people are born into success as well. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that's also true. A lot of people have this assumption that to become successful, you have to be born into success, or it's who you know and the kind of relationships that you have. I mean, absolutely, the more people know you, like you, and trust you, the more successful you're going to be. But a lot of people think that success just comes from knowing the right people. It contributes to your success, but it's by itself, it's not sufficient for somebody to become successful. So a really good point. You can be born into wealth, and that will give you a bit of a platform, but vast majority of people that are successful in the world, and you should read the book called Cradles of Eminence. It's a fantastic book because it actually talks about this particular fact, that vast majority of self-made people that did become successful came from disadvantaged backgrounds, poverty-stricken backgrounds, and backgrounds with intense psychological drama. So it's not always a lot of people have this misconception that to be successful you have to be born into success or have the right relationships. That is not always the case.
Right,
but as I said,
cut you off.
Yeah, we'll cut you off. Our Uber's just arrived. But if you have any other misconceptions about, or you've heard about any other misconceptions, please put your comments when you watch this video. We would love to know what you think.
Yeah, awesome. Bye for now. We'll see you when we're back home in Melbourne.